Welcome back to our back walkover, flexibility, and warm-up. I'm Coach Emma with Prestige Athletics. Let's get right into it. So here I'm going to start with punches, keeping my arms up tight and really punching out the balls of my feet and staying strong. You can either join in with me and do this with me, or you can pause the video. If you need a few extra reps, you do that. I'm going side to side here too. Warming up the body is crucial for flexibility and stretching. If your body is not warm, the muscles cannot stretch as much as they could if they were warm. Here I'm doing these mostly for coordination because back walkover, you're doing different things with your two legs at the same time. Here is for coordination too, but Coach Emma's using the same arm, same leg. You gotta use the opposite, like when you run. Then I'm going to rolling out my ankles. We want to make sure that we're safe and we're strong, and then we have full range of motion. I like to do 3 to 5 circles on each ankle. I'm just doing a few here for demonstration, so you might want to pause. Then I move on to knees. You really want to keep this isolated in the kneecap. So I like to think I'm painting a circle around my ankle. Try to use hip as little as you can. Then we're moving on to hips. I'm moving my hips in circles. You'll notice that I do a lot of things in circles, and that is because the earth moves cyclically, the solar system moves cyclically, and so do our bodies. We go through cycles. It only makes sense to do that when we warm up. And also, it is just safer that way. I want full range of motion. Do you want full range of motion? Which is why I'm not doing it with my shoulders. And I'm going to turn around and do both directions so you can see my shoulder blades going up and down. These aren't just arm circles, they are shoulder circles. Okay. Doing the same thing with my wrist. Alternatively, if you like pressure and tension, you can push your hands against each other and then you can do circles that way. But I love a good shakeout. And then I'm doing the same rotations in circles with my wrists. I'm moving them in multiple directions to keep myself, again, strong, safe, mobile. And you can see here, do you see how far apart my fingers are? Your fingers have muscles too, okay? If you don't utilize those finger muscles, you're gonna be feeling it in your wrists so bad. Now we're moving on into a little bit more of the work. We did a little bit more of the warm up, now we're getting into the work. So I'm staying on the balls of my feet, staying tall, and I'm looking forward. I'm not looking at my feet, and I'm in this releve position. If you're a dancer, you know. Here I'm doing kicks to lunges, and when I do these lunges, you can see they're pretty small. My knee is really close to my ankle, and that is because that works knees and ankles a lot more. Longer lunges work hammies and hip flexors a lot more. I'm going forward and backwards for coordination and to work different muscles, but in the same region. I call these inchworms, okay? I am blocking out, you can walk out. But you can see as I reach down, I'm nice and tight, get to that push-up in a hollow, and then I push up with my knees bent. We want to stand through our knees, not through our backs. Here are needle scales. I am moving my lower body and my upper body together. I am utilizing my core so much here and really lifting through my arms and shoulders. Here I'm getting to a T position. I'm doing my non-dominant side first. You can see that I'm doing both sides to everything. If you don't practice both sides, you might notice that you are a little crooked. You might notice you might get stuck halfway through in your back walkover. You might notice that it's hard to stand up. That's why we do both. Here I'm putting my hands right under my shoulders and doing a little cobra, little snake action. You can see I'm not extending my arms all the way because I don't want my shoulders in my ears. I don't want my shoulders to bear the weight. I want my back to be stretched. And I've got a loose booty and I got my toes untucked. And then we go into this puppy pose and I'm doing little lifts with my hands so that I'm in this like extended arch position, and then I'm even practicing even further extension, which takes muscle. So it's flexibility and strength. Perhaps you've seen these, they're called thread the needles. I like to challenge it a little bit with some neuro work. So I watch my finger the entire time, if you can see that. And I rotate my thoracic spine through until it feels good. So your limitations are yours and yours only. And I'm going into the child's pose and doing a little butterfly just so that I can counteract a lot of that arching action. It feels really good. Here I'm in a long lunge, or even a runner's lunge, and I stand up out of this and put my hands behind my back because I want that push through the foot and the knee, but I want an open chest. You will feel that in your back walkover, that you have this push and this extension, especially through your bottom foot, not the foot you lift with. And then you also have this opening of the chest and the shoulders. Here I'm kind of in this like prone position. I lift one foot, keep my hands on the ground, and I stretch there a little bit in that rotation position. I take that same foot, I push it into the ground, and I lift one foot all the way to the ceiling. I do the other side, and you can see here again, I keep my hands on the floor. I get a little stretch in that rotation, and then I pull my foot under me. I tuck my hands, and I push with one foot and lift with that leg. That's a lot of strength that people miss, not just in back walkovers, but honestly in front walkovers too. So this is great for either one of those. And then I'm gonna rock my back out because, youch. Like to get a good roll, a little massage in there. Here I'm lifting in the arch position and lifting a foot, and then I'm going to hollow. So you can see a little lift, my booty comes off the floor a little bit and keeping the toes pointed. And then I am hollowing through my core and my chest, but my armpits stay open. My arms stay by my ears the whole time. I can see my toes when I do this. Pause here if you need to do more, because these feel good and these are great. Thank you for joining in. I'm so excited to do more. Hopefully this helps. Leave a comment if you liked it. Bye.